What is Meghan Markle's next move? When she did the interview with Oprah Winfrey, how she followed up? She followed up by giving more interviews, by coming to magazines to give more interviews and revealing more bombshells against the British monarchy. When she was doing the podcast, that came after she came back from the funeral of the Queen, and she basically lashed out. She basically showed her rebellious side against the British monarchy when she was attending the Queen's funeral. So that was followed up by her coming on podcast, making the docu series after that, one after another, and all of these things that she is doing against the British monarchy, none of them panned out. Then what they did is that they decided, Meghan and Harry, it is time for us. It is time for us to be separated in terms of how we appear to the media and try to take a different angle and trash the monarchy. Therefore, we have seen how Harry came up with his memoir, the interviews that followed. Of course, the memoir was pre planned, it was actually planned for a long time. But you understand, they do not take any step except that they are prepared for it. They have calculated the step. I think the only exception would be the Netflix docu-series. Netflix, they wanted to make money, so they did not care about Meghan and Harry, their choice, their opinion, and they published or they released the docu-series without Meghan and Harry's permission, really, because we know Meghan and Harry, they were not ready because they felt they just came back from the Queen's funeral. Therefore, it could be insensitive to publish or release the docu-series at that moment. But again, Netflix, they all cared was money, and they published that back in December. So what is Meghan's next move? All of these things, as I said, the memoir, the interviews, the Oprah Winfrey interview, everything that they have done so far did not pan out, including the podcast Meghan did. None of them gave them good ratings. So what Meghan is doing now, let's talk about this and find out a little bit more in details. But before I tell you what is happening, I want to remind you that most of my viewers are not subscribed to this channel. If you are one of them, consider to subscribe and also hit the bell so that you do not miss any notifications. Let's take a look at this report published by, I believe, Yahoo Live, but it was written by Christine Burt, as you can see on the screen, Christine Burt. So, now that the publicity blitz of Harry, Meghan, and Spare have started to subside, what is Meghan Markle's next move or next step? Going back to 2019, so that was 3 years ago, there have been rumors that the Duchess of Sussex would revive her beloved lifestyle website. Now, the problem is with that website, reviving that website, there is a big problem for Meghan and Harry. I will explain that in a second. That makes that news is heating up again. It was supposed to be revived back in the year 2019, but now that rethinking, maybe it is time to relaunch that website. The big problem that I want to point out here with that website, why it will not be a success, is because remember the actual website, these are all same category, right? These are all like promoting your brand online by attracting traffic to that particular website, not necessarily to the person itself. In this case, Meghan and Harry, people would probably not go to those websites hoping to find something interesting or some kind of like a physical interaction with Meghan and Harry, I should say. Physical interaction. It will be just written on the website and you go there, you read, and that's all. Therefore, they have to do a lot of hard work. The PR team for Meghan and Harry, they would have to do a lot of hard work in order to attract these people to go to their website, increase the traffic if they want to be successful. But what we have seen with actual website is that it was not a success whatsoever. It is a big disaster. Nobody goes to actual website anymore, let alone going to this new website, or the website they created looks like back in 2017, I think, maybe. The site disappeared in 2017, shortly before her engagement to Prince Harry was announced, And we already know that her team has been working behind the scenes to trademark the TIG name via the US Patent and Trademark Office. So the move looks like to me is going to be an individual move. Basically means that Meghan would go all by herself to this website to promote her brand. Looks like she is not going to take Harry with her because, again, they want to do this separately in order to create two different brands. This is their main purpose. This is what their main goal. This is what they are working day and night to create two separate brands. All so far we have known Megxit, you know, Harkle, all of these names are being tossed up in the internet world, but they want to have a distinct brand. One is Meghan, one is Harry, and that's how they are going to be creating these massive followers. At least this is what they're aiming for, so that they will be known individually, and when the big buck will come, they will merge these two brands into one and make millions. I think this is what they are planning to do. I mean, this is obvious, it looks like. Now, one royal expert thinks that a relaunch is happening sooner versus later, inspired by the Went Paltrow. Am I saying the name right? I don't know. Meghan launched the TIG, the height of her suits fame. Kinsey Schofield, host of the To Die for Daily and then podcast, told Fox Digital News, I think the TIG, quote, I think the TIG perfectly aligns with Meghan's ultimate objective, which seems to be being an influencer rather than a royal. Exactly. This is actually the best word that we can use for Meghan Harry, influencer, not a royal. And they wanted to distance themselves from this association with the British monarchy, in the sense that they would only do that if they get paid more. Remember, the title for them is, I mean, the ultimate reason they want to have the title is really because so that they can continue on crushing the monarchy and get financial help and support and make more money along the way. That's the main purpose. I mean, Harry is by born a royal, so Meghan knows the title would only do him so much. He's already a royal. I mean, even though I personally don't think we should be calling him a royal, he's an ex-royal. But at the end of the day, you cannot say Harry is not a royal or that he was not born into the royal. And Meghan knows it. And therefore, for them, the title, yes, it is important, but in the sense that they would be benefited financially by using those titles. Now, if they change that royal title or royal association to influencer association or influencer title or brand, rebranding themselves as influencer, and they make more money, why not? Forget about the title and start or continue trashing the monarchy over and over again to make more and more and more money. And this is what Meghan's next move. I mean, this is going to be much worse what is coming in their future, especially after the coronation. And if they are not invited, it is going to be a nightmare for Meghan Markle, and she would not just let it go like that. Thank you guys for joining in, for tuning in. Appreciate that. I have some comments here. Hi from Arizona, Margaret, Marina, Mulan. Thank you again for joining today, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.